Rather than lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the podcast. You can see the smile on my face. I'm loving life. I'm absolutely loving life as an Arsenal fan. Gabriel has been given permission to complete all formalities by Manchester City. Medicals happening very, very soon. According to Football Insider, the player has now been given the permission to do everything in terms of finalizing his move to Arsenal Football Club. We'll discuss that and more. We'll also talk about the pending, argument, the imminent, not pending, but imminent argument between Arsenal and Leeds United for Raphinha. It looks like it's going to be happening sooner than we expected. We'll talk about the two fullbacks that have been reported by David Onstein. The Arsenal trying to sign two fullbacks this summer and not one. So after Lisandro Martinez, we expect another name to arrive at the Emirates Stadium as a fullback. We'll also talk about, in this episode, Lisandro Martinez and Hector Bellerin. What is the latest around those two deals? Make sure you hit the like button. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. Make sure we get the video to 1,000 likes. Gabriel has arrived. Let's give him 1,000 likes because this is the podcast that has kept you, posted and updated around this deal until we got it done. And of course, let's do a favor. Subscribe to the podcast. We are growing to 48,000 subscribers. So the more you subscribe, the closer we get to 50,000 subscribers. For now, let's get into the content. Let's start off with the Football Insider. And now the Football Insider have reported and just confirmed this very minute. The Manchester City, have given Gabriel Jesus the permission to complete all formalities, to complete his deal to Arsenal. This is what they've said. Football Insider, Gabriel Jesus has been given his permission to complete the formalities of the transfer, including medical tests by Manchester City ahead of his move to Arsenal. He will undergo his medicals within a few days and sign a 5-year deal at Arsenal Football Club at the Football Insider 247.com. If you want to read that story, if you want an extensive read, that is where you will actually find it. So the Football Insider confirming there after Fabrizio Romano confirming yesterday in the evening that it is now £45 million where the Arsenal representatives and Manchester City representatives found a consensus. Now all formalities will be completed on the coming days. Actually, to make this very exciting, Graham Bailey has also just confirmed from the 90-minute podcast, has confirmed that the player is now due in London for his medicals, and of course he will be announced as an Arsenal player in the coming days. He said Arsenal are expecting Gabriel Jesus in North London very soon. A few nitty-gritties, a few nitty-gritties are still being ironed out between the players' representatives and Arsenal Football Club, but that is not going to be a hindrance of the deal. It is a question of when, not if. And actually, when you think about Brazilian players and South American agents, you're always not going to complete the deal very early and on time. It's not that easy. Look, they always ask for these little add-ons, very small fees around the deal. Fuel, they ask for fuel, they ask for food, they ask for transport. When it comes to negotiating deals for South Americans, that is when you understand that the transfer window could be as hard as you never imagined. But anyway, lads, according to the Football Insider and also the 90-minute podcast, they have just confirmed that Gabriel Jesus will arrive in London very soon to complete his formalities of the deal. Total agreement found between Arsenal and Manchester City, and now Manchester City have awarded or have given the player the permission to talk to Arsenal, complete the deal and complete all formalities. So everything around this deal, as I have been reporting, I will be reporting still the medicals when he arrives in London, and everything will be reported right here on Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Good work and a very good job by Fabrizio Romano. Good work by the Football Insider, and also good work by Graham Bailey on the 90-minute podcast. Now, moving on to away from Gabriel Jesus, although I want to talk about this too all the time, we do have pressing transfer news from Raphinha and the camp and Leeds United. Now listen. This is according to Matt Moretto, and he is saying that we are waiting and we are about here, and we're about here an agreement alert from Arsenal and Leeds United when it comes to Raphinha. Matt Moretto says that the deal is advanced. Talks are very, very advanced at this stage. Arsenal are believed to have put in a second bid for the player. Leeds United have been waiting for Barcelona, but they will wait no more. That is according to Matt Moretto, and this is what he has said in his own words. You can find it here. He says Arsenal and Leeds United negotiations for Raphinha are advancing. There is no full agreement yet, but the parties continue to get closer and closer. The Gunners are in pole position to sign the Brazilian winger at Matt Moretto. So when you listen, let's talk about Matt Moretto just for a minute. I think he's one of those journalists that are known for publishing stories ahead of time, just like Ben Jacobs when he confirmed that Gabriel is going to be moving to Arsenal, and no one of the likes of Romano and David Ornstein had actually broken that. I think Matt Moretto is in that category of journalists. Now he says an agreement between Leeds United and Arsenal are very, very close, and I believe him. Sorry for that. Listen, I don't believe him because I feel Arsenal are favorites for this deal or anything. But listen, yesterday when I was speaking about Raphinha, I said it looks like Arsenal are the only runners at this deal seriously at the moment. We talked about Barcelona, Fabrizio Romano yesterday night as well, confirming that at the moment there are no bids from Barcelona. They love the player, but they're not making any bids. They're not making any moves to sign him at the moment. We talked about Chelsea. They want him, but their priority is Raheem Sterling. They believe they'll get Raheem Sterling on a chip, and they'll also get, I think a player who's a better deal, in my opinion, than Raphinha. So Chelsea thinking about Sterling as their priority. Barcelona thinking about Ousmane Dembele as their priority. Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal are left as the only two clubs in this one. Yes, Raphinha said he would love to play under Mikel Arteta, despite the fact that Spurs are also interested in him, and they have a very, very big manager. But I think Spurs are already considering other alternatives. They're not 100% giving all their all in this deal. They are talking to Richarlison. They are talking to Cody Gakpo as well. So I won't be very, very surprised if Arsenal are left as the only contenders in this deal, even before the deal gets done. I think Spurs are skeptical about beating Arsenal in this transfer on this transfer for Raphinha, and I think Chelsea and Barcelona, who would have beaten us on the deal, are actually considering other deals as priority. So listen, I won't be very excited about this. I won't be very excited, but the moment I get to see a similar kind of article from David Ornstein of Fabrizio Romano, I'm publishing a here we go. Honestly, I'm definitely publishing a here we go. Personal terms don't expect it to be a problem. Arsenal working close with Judge Mendes and Edu's and Deco's the representatives of the player, who are very, very good friends and have a very good relationship with Edu, our technical director. So Matt Moretto at the moment says Arsenal and Leeds United are advancing. Leeds will not wait for Barcelona. They are tired of waiting for Barcelona. They understand the player wants to move there, and Deco would want to move his player there. So that is why they've given Barcelona the first chance to sign the player. But Barcelona are not in any way, shape or form ready to pay 50 million euros, 60 million euros, 60 million pounds, 65 million pounds for Raphinha. They're trying. They're hustling to bid for Robert Lewandowski, who is a prime target for them. They're hustling to bid for Bernardo Silva, who is also a priority for them. So, in my opinion, if Ousmane Dembele is as close as reports say to signing a new deal with FC Barcelona, Arsenal are now favorites and officially leading the race for Raphinha. And that is what that is what it means to be having a good window. It's just brilliant. It's just absolutely brilliant. But away from that, away from those two, also David Ornstein has confirmed that Arsenal will be signing 2 fullbacks this summer, but not 1. Now, initially we thought it was gonna be 1 player coming in defense for Arsenal, and that would have been Lisandro Martinez, who is actually very, very close to Arsenal closing in on the deal. I think that's the better way to put it. But now it looks like Arsenal will try to get in a fullback on the right and a fullback on the left as well. And according to The Athletic, that will depend on a couple of departures at the club. Hector Bellerin should be able to leave. Ainsley should be able to leave the club as well. We are also looking at Cedric Soares as a potential move on, and a couple of other players, in that category. So, look, listen, I think if Arsenal go for 2 fullbacks this summer, it's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely okay. I don't have a problem with Mikel Arteta deciding to sign Lisandro Martinez and Aaron Hickey at the same time. Aaron Hickey plays as a right back, and Lisandro Martinez can play as a left back stroke left centre back. I think that would be very, very good business. I mean, you want cover. I say this, the mentality that Arsenal should be having is we must be, we must be having players competing in each position, and we must be having players competing, at least 2 players competing per position. So, if Arsenal want a backup for Tomiyasu, a backup for Corentiane, and a backup for Gabriel Magalhaes, I'm absolutely okay with that. I do not have a problem with that 100%. But of course, the 2 fullbacks I would love to see at Arsenal this summer, in my opinion, I still love to see Tino Livramento and Aaron Hickey. Those are the 2 I would love to see, Arsenal signing. Noel Molina is a good one, but I don't see Arsenal beat, I don't see Arsenal beat Juve to Noel Molina, right? So it looks like Noel Molina will stay in the Italian Serie A, but we can get Aaron Hickey, and we can also get Tino Livramento. Lisandro Martinez, of course, comes in then as a centre-back. Do not worry. I know many of you had already started to worry. He's already saying that he doesn't want Lisandro Martinez. No. That is not my point. My point is that you can sign Lisandro Martinez as a centre-back, as a backup centre-back to Gabriel Magalhaes. So at the moment, it looks like Arsenal will try to sign in 2 fullbacks this summer, not just 1. Now, let's talk about let's talk about this. Hector Bellerin is wanted by Atletico Madrid, and the links are serious. Now, yesterday I said I do not see a world. I don't see how Diego Simeone would be going for Hector Bellerin, but honestly, he's done very, very well at Real Betis. Now, the Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and a couple of other clubs in Italy are willing to pay the 15 million euros to 20 million euros that Arsenal are asking for in Hector Bellerin. However, the player wants to go to Real Betis only. He only wants to join Real Betis, and he's actually willing to reduce his wages by 100k so that he can actually go into Real Betis. So I don't know what Arsenal are going to do on this one. Are we going to wait for Real Betis to come in and tell us we are not ready to pay the money? Or are we going to sell him to a club regardless of his interest? That is, I'll be very, very interested to see what comes out of that. So that is it for me this afternoon. Hit the like button, and I'll speak to you in the next one.